Good morning and welcome to this week's Friday Ramble. I hope that you've had a good week. I don't know about you, but I'm getting a bit fed up with this weather. We had a good day earlier this week, one day I think, but the rest of the time it's been windy and rainy and rather dull and depressing really. Not like May, and I can't help but look back at some of the pictures of last year when lockdown started and we were all basking in glorious sunshine. But there we go, that's the British weather for you. I don't know whether any of you listen to the radio for Sunday morning worship, which last week came from Lichfield Cathedral. I happened to turn it on my drive to Swanage and heard a lovely service based around the Ascension, which was great. But I heard a piece which I didn't think I knew, which I just thought was very beautiful, and I thought I might just recommend it to you, not as my main recommendation for this week, but just as a piece you might listen to. The announcer said the choir were going to sing If You Love Me, and I assumed it was probably going to be Tallis, because that's what most people sing. But it wasn't. It was by Philip Wilby, who did that lovely, very pretty God Be In My Head that we sing at St Mary's sometime. And this If You Love Me was very beautiful. Philip's music is very melodic. Yeah, I was just bowled away by, it was beautifully sung by the Cathedral Choir, but I just thought it was a really splendid piece, and I think I'll look into it, see if we've got copies of it, because it didn't sound very difficult either. So if you get the chance, look on YouTube. There are a couple of versions of it, recordings of it. That's If You Love Me by Philip Wilby. So there we go. A few more crazy facts for this week, stupid facts about well-known composers. I found three that might tickle your fancy this week. Brahms, wonderful Brahms, who wrote so much amazing music. He apparently had a fear of sailing, and therefore he turned down an honorary degree from Cambridge University because he was too scared to sail across the channel to come and collect it. Weird and wonderful. Here's a good one. You can't believe this one. Mozart had a pet starling that could sing the theme tune from the last movement of his G major piano concerto. That's K463. The starling could sing the melody from the last movement. Almost as bright as Mozart himself. And then the wonderful French composer Eric Satie, who wrote all those amazing gymnopédies. He wrote a piano piece, apparently, called Flabby Preludes for a Dog. There you go. I don't know whether it's preludes for a flabby dog or flabby preludes, but that was what it was called, Flabby Preludes for a Dog. I must look that one up and see what it sounds like. So there you go, three rather stupid facts just to amuse you for this week. www.swanageteam.com is the parish website with all the news, all the updates. There will be an online service this week and obviously live services as well at each of our churches. So we would be more than delighted to see you. If you're regularly coming, or if you haven't been, or you just want to venture out for the first time, do come along. But if you don't want to, you can watch online. So for my recommendation this week, this Sunday is of course Pentecost, Whitsun, and it would be wrong not to recommend a Whitsuntide piece. And thinking back over the years of the pieces that I really loved and loved performing, I think one of my very favourites, which was a great favourite of the choristers at Salisbury particularly, was Palestrina's wonderful Whitsuntide motet, Dum Complerentur. Palestrina was probably the greatest polyphonic composer of the 16th century. He's sort of known as the Grand Master. Wrote so many motets, so many masses. The Catholic Church is enriched by his music. But Dum Complerentur, I can't say it, is a 6-part motet. And in fact, he wrote a mass based on the motet, as he did with many of his motets. It's a 6-part motet, and it is absolutely full of energy and life and light. It's a sort of pictorial evocation of the rushing mighty wind mentioned in the Acts of the Apostles as the Holy Spirit came upon the disciples. So it's just, words fail me really. I think you just need to listen to it. Just so exciting and brilliantly written. Great to sing, great to listen to. So I'm going to point you to a YouTube performance by the 16, which has the music with it as well, so you can follow the music as they sing it, and they sing it beautifully, of course. And also I have put a translation in my email as well, so that you can just check out what they're singing about. It's very interesting, the use of alleluias, which just repeat all the time, the life of the and energy of the alleluias, which leads on to different sections in the piece. But I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you have a great Whitsuntide. Now I guess I better go across the way, climb over the dog again, and we'll do a bit of singing. Now, before we sing, I've got to come clean with you and admit that I'm actually recording this video on Thursday rather than Friday. I wanted you to think it was Friday, but it's Thursday, and I'm only having to admit it to you because sadly John and I have just had to take the decision to cancel choral evensong for the next couple of weeks and choir practice because of the new government guidelines on choirs, which state that you're only allowed to have 6 people singing indoors. It seems a very strange and rather unfair decision, which I'm not going to go into now with my own personal opinions, but unfortunately we just have to follow the rules for the time being. So that sadly is going to be the state of affairs in St Mary's for the next couple of weeks, but we hope very much that we should be back with the choir full strength again in the next few weeks. Certainly I know at the moment that will be the case from June, but I hope a lot sooner, because there are a lot of very disgruntled people out there. Let's just put it like that. So, shall we sing? Let's sitting up nice and straight. A couple of deep breaths again. And we'll siren as always. Good. And how about today? Let's do to me, 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 me. And then we got steps, yep. Me, 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 me. Me, 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 me. Me, 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 me. Now ma, mommy, mommy, ma, mommy, mommy, ma. Mommy, mommy, ma, mommy, mommy, ma, mommy, mommy, ma, mommy, mommy, ma. One more, mommy, mommy, ma. And now how about going to ya? We go down some scales to ya, and then put a little sort of coda on the end. Go ya 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 ya. Like that. All right, here we go. Ya 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 ya. Ya 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 ya. Ya 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 ya. Ya 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 ya. Ya 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 ya. Ya 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 ya. Bit of a tongue twister, that one. Just remember to keep your jaw nice and relaxed with that ya. All right, stretch that jaw a little bit. Okay, let's do A, R, E. 1, 2, 3. A, R, E. us up to F today, nice and easy. But I hope you managed that all right. I'm sure you did. So, have a good weekend. The weather is looking pretty shocking now outside. When I look out the window here, it is pouring with rain and blowing a gale. Good old May weather. So I hope to see a few of you on Sunday morning. Otherwise, I hope to see you very soon. And we're still on track, hopefully, to start Come and Sing again in September. But we will let you have details of that as soon as we can. But in the meantime, stay safe, have fun.